Hello, guys. We should be live, and of course, the dog just walked right in front of the microphone. I'm trying to get this just a little bit better leveled so that I'm not clipping, so that the music isn't completely drowning out my voice. We'll kind of play around with this and see, but okay, there we go. So let me before I get started here, let me post
Right.
to
I'm having a drink.
Twitter. Before starting this stream, and guys, like the reason why I'm doing the stream back to back on back to back nights is one, I've got time to do it right now, but two, this is one of those games that like I've just really kind of gotten absorbed into. It's entirely possible that, because it is missing some of the modern conveniences or accoutrements, um, that I'll hit a wall and I'll get stuck, or um, okay, there we go. And I won't just won't be able to continue. Hang on, let me find this link here so that I can get posted. Oh, well, damn it, it's right there. Okay, there we go. And I won't just won't be able to continue. Okay, there we go. That was kind of weird. So let me go over to Twitter here, and okay, so I got that. Let me add the link, and oops, and post, and we are done. So let me hop back over into the game here. So hopefully you guys should have some audio coming up, the music for the game. And let's kind of appreciate the soundtrack. And I kind of like what they did with Skyrim. And, oh, hang on, that's really sensitive. Um, Skyrim score, where it sounds like this opening. Okay, good night stream. That was right. Where it kind of
Welcome,
has
friend.
where it kind of has um, a similar intro with the drums, the dun, 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 dun. And where Morrowind was, sort of very much of its time, with the flutes and things that are more associated with high fantasy. Of course, the level design or the world design. Um, this was I'll have to double check to see when the first Lord of the Rings movie came out. I do believe that Morrowind came out just a little bit after Fellowship of the Ring. Let's see. It definitely did, because I think I was in college the first time I was in going to film school. Okay, man, it's been a long time since I've jumped into a video game and have had to so seriously reorient myself on where it is that I'm going and what it is that I'm doing. Right? Modern video games, you jump into them, and you have your mini map or your compass or a waypoint, something that is guiding you in the direction to go, because there's either one cardinal direction or all of your quests have convenient markers, and this game has none of that. You have a handy dandy journal, and you can look, um, as long as you kind of pay attention and look where to push, you can look at um, your quests. You can look at your active quests. You can show all, and you can see um, that the quests that you have completed are grayed out, so you can see what quests are active, what quests you've already done. and you can reduce a quest to just your active quests. So let's see here. The Egg Poachers is the latest quest that I got from the Fighters Guild, and I rolled a Nord. I decided just to go with what that personality, that goofy personality test that they have, assigned me based on how I answered the questions, and it assigned me as a rogue. And then the star sign that I picked is warrior because I feel like that was the best match for the Nord. The rogue is kind of an interesting mix in there. So I'm not just strictly a straight up tank brawler class. I do have a little bit of option to go stealth if I so choose to build that skill. But okay. So anyway, like I said, you open up your journal, you select which quest you think you want to do next. And this here, report to Caius Cosadus. I'm assuming that they're going with the Roman pronunciation for Cosadius, where the E is hard pronounced and it's not Cosades. But this is the main quest. This is the one that advances the major story of the game. But something that I really like that they've done in Baldur's Gate that they didn't do in what little I've played of Oblivion, and I've played quite a bit of Skyrim now at this point, kind of. Like, I'm not very far into the story. Like, I haven't climbed the 7,000 steps to speak with the Greybeards yet. I did go down a little bit, go down the road a little bit of I did go down the road a little bit of the Civil War quest line. So I joined the Stormcloaks, and really enjoying the game so far, but I can definitely see where people notice that there is a design sensibility from Morrowind to Skyrim, and it even happened with Oblivion, that I think really changes the way you approach the game. And in the main quest line, and I think this is where I was going, they don't do this in Oblivion, they don't do this in Skyrim, but the main quest both in Oblivion and Skyrim is, hey, something big and terrible is happening, the world is in danger. In Oblivion, oh, guys, come on. Dogs are walking in front of the line of sight for my wireless headset here. So my microphone and is cutting out for you guys, and the audio is cutting out for me. But in Morrowind, something that I'm really liking that they've done is, so even though I just know that this is a main quest because I know I've studied enough on, or did enough research prior to starting Morrowind, that this is kind of the main quest, and it's kind of obvious. This is you had to give the package to the guy and to this guy, and so it's kind of obvious that this is that main through line, but nothing major has happened. As a matter of fact, the first thing that he tells you is, hey, you should probably go talk to these other people, maybe join some guilds, get some experience. If you're in a hurry, I can give you your next set of orders, but really go out and do something else. So yeah, and there's this keyword thing where, so orders, I don't have any orders from that guy yet. I decided to take his advice, and I went out and joined the Fighters Guild. I joined the Thieves Guild, but I haven't taken on any quests for them yet. I don't know if my character is to the point where he's going to take up a life of thievery yet. And I'm doing this controversial thing where I am playing a PC game with a Xbox controller. I don't know if it's as controversial as what it was, but when I was looking for controller support on some of the discussion forum pages, like on Reddit, everyone was like, "No, it doesn't have controller support out of the box, and why would you want to play with a controller? Keyboard and mouse is so much better." And it's better if you're playing in a position where a keyboard and mouse is optimal. Um, so if you're playing, at a desk, setting upright in a chair, and the reason why I'm staying in this area is I think I might want to join the Mages Guild as well, and pick up a quest from them and see if they've got an early starter quest that's right here in Balmora before I start to adventure out into the wider world.
What is it, lad?
Nope, don't need to talk to you. Okay. But yeah, so I think we're gonna do that. I think we're gonna go into the Mages Guild. Oh man, I really don't know. I mean, I guess I can kind of try it out. The build that I have really isn't a magic build, but like magic could come in handy in a pinch. Gosh. Yeah.
Speak, traveler.
And I am kind of doing a hybrid thing where I am using the mouse when it makes sense, like when you're clicking through these dialogue trees. It's really hard to try and aim and get what you want with the D-pad. But because this game doesn't rely on precise aiming, the most you might ever do is like take a few steps back. If you're playing on your TV, if you're sitting down on your couch, if you're kicked back, it's just a lot more convenient to play with a gamepad than a keyboard and mouse. My mouse tracks reasonably well on like the couch cushion for doing stuff like this. But like for precise turning, just kind of having it here on my couch cushion, I don't get like the best precision. And then having a keyboard in your lap, a couple of things. There are some occasional connectivity issues with wireless keyboard, and a wired keyboard when you're kicked back on the couch is just a no-go when you've got two energetic puppies running around. That's why everything is as wireless as possible. My headset is wireless. That way there are no wires that dogs can run into. Even though, because I am using the PlayStation, whatever headset, the way it connects to get that ultra low latency is not through your standard Bluetooth. It's through a signal that relies very much on line of sight. So if like the dogs walk in front of it, let's hear the Mage's Oath. If the dogs walk in front of it, then it does break the connection. The keyboard isn't quite as finicky, but sometimes it will kind of drop out. Where my good old handy dandy wireless Xbox controller, just kicking back on the couch, never have any connectivity issues. Okay. So, yes, you look like the sort we could use in the Mages Guild. Will you take the Mage's Oath and join the guild? And I said I wanted to know what the oath was. To perform any duties to you by the maesters of the guild, learn from them, and grow strong. Always share your knowledge freely with other guild members. Never strike or steal from another guild member. Does this appeal to you? Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario is I just feel like the Mages Guild is not working out for the character that I rolled, and I stop taking quests for him, and I go take quests for someone else. Um, you know, having the main story, yes, it does start incredibly slow. Like I said, there are no stakes at all. Um, the person who I am, is my big boss, Casadius, literally told me like, yeah, I can give you something to do, but you might wanna go out and get yourself acquainted with the town first. Meet some of the locals, learn your way around, and then come back to me. Um, where like in the later games, and with most open world games in general that have, um, the sort of overarching story, um, that has this overarching story, um, but yet the developers promise you that you have the freedom to do whatever you want, ignore the story, go do side quests. And this even happened in The Witcher 3, where everything that's going on in the main story, in the main quest line, is like there is a dire sense of urgency to it. And this happens in the Ubisoft games too, in the Far Cry games. Like your friends' lives are in danger in Far Cry 3. Um, Assassin's Creed, there's always something world-ending going on. But then, like, you're going fishing, and you're hanging out with your buddies, and you're exploring random caves, and you're skinning animals. It kind of messes with the experience. Alduin the World Eater is dragons for the first time in hundreds of years are threatening the world. The Oblivion Gates are opening and threatening to destroy Cyrodiil and Tamriel and possibly the entire planet of Nerd. And that's something I got wrong last stream. I think I referred to Tamriel as the planet. Tamriel is the continent, and so far it's where every Elder Scrolls game has taken place. I know they've mentioned some of the other continents, at least on the wiki. But Tamriel is just the continent. The planet is Nirn, and there are other continents outside of Tamriel. Um, and outside of the very first Elder Scrolls game, which did this procedural generation thing, where you got to play, where you got to explore all of Tamriel. So far, the mainline games you explored, Daggerfell, something coast in Daggerfell. Morrowind is obviously Morrowind, and specifically Vvardenfell Island. You don't even get the I touched the wrong part of my headset and things kind of cut out. You don't even get to play in the um, entire continent or the entire countryside of Morrowind. It's just specifically the island, which is the largest part of the landmass in Morrowind. Okay, so yeah, and then Oblivion, you were confined to Cyrodiil, which is the capital of the Tamrillian Empire under the, or currently united under the Septim Dynasty. And when we get to Skyrim, it's really, really interesting fact that you learn in the very first book that you pick up in Helgen that you can read, that tells you something very interesting um, about the Septim Dynasty and the Septim Legacy. Um, and I think that there's something interesting that Oblivion kind of did to the way that people see the Empire, but we're not there yet. Anyway, we're in the harsh world of Morrowind, and Morrowind is a really interesting place to sort of soft relaunch the series from. This is the first in true, like, honest to goodness polygonal 3D, and I kind of feel like this is really like the beginning point of the Elder Scrolls for a lot of players. I know that there are a ton of people that love Daggerfall. Most people agree that Arena is just unplayable, but this is kind of where the series begins. Everything is in engine. Daggerfall, Ural Septum's speech to you at the beginning was an FMV. Um, where Daggerfall, everyone that talks to you is a virtual character. Okay, so we've just joined the Mages Guild after 15 minutes of staring at the same screen. You are now a member of the Mages Guild. Welcome, Associate. When you are ready, you can ask for duties to perform, and once you are ready, you can ask me about advancement. Okay, so let's ask for duties. I don't have any duties for an Associate. Speak with me again when you have proven yourself. In the meantime, speak with Azaria. I believe she may have some small tasks for you. Okay. So I really like this, and it's not uncommon in other open world games, and it's not uncommon in Elder Scrolls games for different people to give you quests. Like I know in the Civil War storyline, you get quests. You initially the first person that you talk to join the Stormcloaks is Uriel, or not Uriel Septum, Ulfric Stormcloak, but he's not the one that gives you the quest. But this, like, they don't treat it like you are beneath me. I don't have anything for your rank. You have to go level up. It's really telling you that the primary thing that you should be doing and should be focusing on in this game, at least early on, is just go out and explore, have fun, kill some of the creatures, figure out what it is that you like to do, walk around the city, talk to people, learn about their lives. Random villagers, the dogs walked in front of the computer, will give you cute little random quests. There was one that I missed because I took the bus to Balmora.
What is this about, Nord?
Okay, so who did she tell me could give me quests? I totally don't remember. Let's see if I can get her to... Do you want more duties or not? If I click on duties, she said, I don't have any duties. Speak with Azira. Okay, so Azira is the person I'm looking for. Yes, I don't think Azira was the person who was up there. I should have paid attention better to her name. Okay, that's not her, so I'm assuming Azira's got to be downstairs. Oh, wow. I really like, and this is what I think I was starting to say, that Vvardenfell and Morrowind, it was kind of an odd place, or kind of odd and neat place to do a soft reboot or a soft relaunch, or take the series into a new era of 3D graphics. Because everything about it is so alien and strange. Cyrodiil in Oblivion is sort of your standard high fantasy. Skyrim, is very much like our own Nordic Nordic landscapes and Nordic culture. Like it's something that you can recognize, and especially after like Game of Thrones and Vikings, just kind of went on to solidify, that being something, for people to have a frame of reference of. And of course, Tolkien and Lord of the Rings established the kind of fantasy that you saw, some of that is felt in Skyrim, definitely in Oblivion, but this sort of doesn't have any real reference. Like, you don't see mushrooms out in the real world. You don't see this kind of architecture in the real world. It's kind of doing a thing of its own. Okay, Sterliden, I don't think that's who she told me to talk to.
Yes, Nord. What do you want?
Ah, here we go. Azira, that's the
What
person.
welcome, friend.
For you.
Okay, so Azira is the one that has me, that has some duties, and I like that they don't call them quests. It's some duties for me to do for the Mages Guild. What brings you to Azura's shop? Do you want duties from Azura? Do you want the local brews, or help in a fight? Some Televani bug musk, or a way to reach the high places? Um, okay, so let's see. Local brews, help in a fight. Let's see. Azura sells potions. Okay, so um, nice, nice. Okay. So I definitely think I want to pick up some potions. Um, Azira does not like the Televani, but even Khajiit like the smell of bug musk. Try some, and smell how all the women like you. Reach high places. Yes, Azure knows. You have the, what do you call it? The curiosity? Yes, Azura likes to reach the highest places too. And Azura has just the potion for you, a potion of rising force. So that becomes a convenient way to quickly travel around without officially using fast travel. I think I'm going to skip that for right now. I'm just going to focus on walking with my feet. I'm going to pick up some health potions, but first I'm going to pick up some duties. Yes, Azura has duties for you. Before Azura can be a journeyman in the Mages Guild, Azura must study local mushrooms. So let's see what she has to say about the Mages Guild. The Mages Guild is dedicated to the preservation and distribution of magical knowledge. Pursue your studies diligently, Dadamir Putin, and the benefits of belonging to the Mages Guild will become clear to you. All right, so study local mushrooms. And mushrooms play a big part in the world design of Vvardenfell in the game of Morrowind. You will see that there are giant tree-like mushrooms dotting the land. And the architecture has an almost mushroom inspired look to it. To finish Azura's report, Azura needs samples of luminous rusula, violet caprimus, bunglesbane, and hyphea fascia. Azura knows you can find all these on the Bitter Coast. The easiest way is to go south along the river Odai until you see a wooden bridge across the river. Get out of the river there and find a path west over the hills. Holy shit. Okay. Um, so let's see. Not only is that like just a lot of directions to kind of remember in your head. So what we're gonna so we're just gonna hop in the river and we're gonna head south until we see a wooden bridge. Then we're gonna get out of the river at the spot of the bridge. Find a path west over the hills. So I don't know if that means there's going to be an actual path, or if if Azura means forge my own path. My journal has been updated, so that means that this was a significant event, and it probably added a quest to my quest log. Okay, and so when I click on, and the other holy crap moment is, just these dialogue trees go on, um, and knowing that there isn't going to be giant glowing quest markers telling me that yes, you have found the thing that you need to pick up, The only way to figure it out is to read these journal entries. And along with getting, just the descriptions, you're going to get some lore, uh, some world building, some things that are going to be crucial to understanding the narrative and the story that Morrowind is trying to tell. And because you kind of have to get this information, it really forces you to pay attention to it in a way that you're sort of not forced to and not trained to pay attention to things in other games. And I'm not trying to put down other games. Like my favorite video game series of all time is the Metal Gear series, which does things completely differently. Has a completely different approach. Linear games with very long cutscenes to tell their story. Um, it's a different philosophy. I'm not saying that one way is better than the other. I'm just saying that this is sort of part and parcel of RPGs, and particularly Bethesda's take on RPGs. Okay, so I'm going to want to click through these. Hopefully this will add the descriptions to my journal. So, short, smelly toadstool, brown on top, um, long stemmed, glow blue at night. So these might be advantageous to do some picking at night. Bungle's Bane grows trees and sometimes other things. It looks like the tree has brown shells. Azure warns you not to eat. Bungler's Bane. Okay, so that's going to be good to know. Because as you find herbs and things, you can, eat them to restore fatigue. So this one, do not eat. And so this last one looks a lot like Bungler's Bane, but is safe to eat. And now let's see the River Odai. I just want to make sure the Odai River here in Valmore goes right through the middle of town. Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna jump into the river, head down south, and go pick some mushrooms. That kind of sounds like the thing to do, and see what other trouble we can kind of get ourselves into. Let's see.
Anytime now.
So talking to these other people, I'm sure. I'm sure there has to be someone that I could learn spells from.
Looking for something in particular?
Let's see. Yep, you can buy spells and training from this person. Greetings, citizen. I am Marion Din. Welcome to Balmora. We're a house Lula town. So each town is sort of governed by a house. That's sort of like the Jarls in Skyrim. And House Lua is characterized by being pro-empire. Although not everyone in the town of Balmora is pro-empire. The lady that we killed rats for in last night's live stream it seems to be like downright racist. Does not like anyone who is not Dark Elf or Dunmer. And Myr is just the Skyrim, one of the ways in Skyrim that they call elves and the different races of elves. So you have the Dunmer, the Dwynmer, which are sometimes mistakenly referred to as dwarves. They are referred to as dwarves in the Elder Scrolls universe, but it's only because that account was written by a giant. But the dwarves in Elder Scrolls are elves. The Aldemir are the high elves, so all of the elves in universe are Myr. And so here we can see that um, there are some Dunmer that do like the Empire, citizens of the Empire. The Dunmer of this house are generally proud to be citizens of the Empire. Oh, we complain about the taxes and bureaucracies and greedy merchants like everyone else, but being a part of the Empire means free trade and prosperity, and we like that. Other Dunmer, House Red, the other houses are less enthusiastic about the Empire and imperial control of Morrowind. So, definitely interesting too that as you kind of follow along the main quest line, the first big city that you are led to is a pro-Empire city, but you kind of get the impression that even in this pro-Empire city, people don't like the Empire. So already you're seeing the political complications of this world. Setting up the first act of the story this way is also cool because you don't know where the big conflict is going to come from. Is it going to be a political conflict? Is it going to be, um, is it going to be something from outside of all of this other drama? You just don't know. So let's see, what else can I get him to talk about? Um, Almora's Imperial cult shine is outside of town south. Okay, so here we go. Morrowind lore. In case you didn't know, weapons and armor are less effective when they get worn out. Repair them yourself if you have the skill, or take them to a smith for repair. And I can see that my sword is going to need repairing here pretty soon. Let's see, 9 toes. Outlander, here we go. An Outlander is anyone, and this is where I'm talking about the racist vibe to this game is coming from. They refer to anyone who is not, Morwindian-born. Dunmer is an Outlander, raised outside of Morrowind. Most Dunmer think anyone who isn't a native-born Dunmer is an Outlander. Dunmer with Western words and ways are also immediately identified as Outlanders. We're very sensitive to accents, clothes, and manners in Morrowind. Outlanders are foreigners, and Morrowind doesn't like foreigners. It's not bad here in this territory, but on the rest of Vvardenfell, folk are very cool. I think that was meant to say very cruel to Outlanders, not cool. Or aren't very cool to Outlanders, I think would have made that sentence fit with what he was saying. Be patient and pleasant, you'll do all right. Okay, so all right, let's come back up here and let's see what spells he has for sell. Or that I have enough points in magic to even cast. Nothing very exciting. It just doesn't look like I'm destined to be a magic character. And oops. Did not mean to do that. I wanted to remove the sword. Let's see. I just cannot figure out how. Oh, wait. So is it... Okay, it's equipped? Oh, I just haven't been realizing that it's been equipped. Okay, there. So it is equipped. And I think it's getting unequipped because that is a two-handed sword. Oh, no, that's a one-handed sword. Oh, no, and the ring still is equipped. Okay. Okay, I just wasn't aware that it was equipped. So now if I push
You
R...
have my attention.
I don't get it. Oh, a book. Yep, we're definitely part of the whole reason why I wanted to play through this game is I got really into the story and the lore of Skyrim, and so I wanted to kind of get invested in it as much as possible, and I kind of feel like understanding the politics of what's going on in Skyrim is aided by playing at least back to Morrowind, and here we are. How many pages is this book? Okay, not that many. A Brief History of the Empire, Part 3. The first volume of this series told in brief the story of the succession of the first 8 emperors of the Septim dynasty, from Tiberius I to Canteria II. The second volume described the War of the Red Diamond and the 6 emperors that followed its aftermath, from Uriel III to Cassander I. At the end of that volume, it was described how the Emperor Cassadir's half-brothers Uriel IV assumed the throne of the empire. It will be recalled that Uriel IV was not a septim by birth. Okay, so from what little I know about Daggerfall, like I watched, that opening cinematic from a live stream that I was watching earlier. There was something that was mentioned about like the bastardization of the Septim dynasty, and the Septim dynasty kind of being in trouble by the time of Daggerfall, where Uriel the Seventh is the emperor. But anyway, Uriel the Fourth was not a Septim by birth. His mother, though she reigned as empress for many years, was a dark elf. Ooh, interesting. So a human elf hybrid set on the throne of the empire, and a dark elf nonetheless. I'm kind of hoping that we find books that give the history of where the Dunmer came from, because they have a really interesting backstory. But anyway, was a dark elf married to a true Septim emperor, Pelagius III. And I don't know, I do believe this came out... I'm trying to think if Pelagius was a thing in the Star Wars universe in 2002, but Pelagius is mentioned in Star Wars Episode 3. Not this Pelagius, obviously, but I'm just wondering if it's just a coincidence, probably just a coincidence, or if one did inspire the other. Emperor Pelagius III. Uriel's father was actually Kateria, the first consort after Pelagius's death, a Breton nobleman named Galavier Lariat. Before taking the throne of Empire, Kaisander I had ruled the kingdom of Wayrest, but poor health forced him to retire. Kaisander had no children, so he legally adopted his half-brother Uriel and abdicated the kingdom. 7 years later, Kaisander inherited the empire at the death of his mother. 3 years after that, Uriel once again found himself the recipient of Kaisander's inheritance. Uriel IV's reign was a long and difficult one. Despite being a legally adopted member of the Septim family, and despite the Lariat family's high position, indeed they were distant cousins of the Septims. Few of the Elder Council could be persuaded to accept him fully as a blood descendant of Tiberius. The council had assumed much responsibility during Kateria I's long reign and Kaisander I's short one, and a strong-willed alien monarch like Uriel IV found it impossible to command their unswerving fealty. Time and again, the council and emperor were at odds, and time and again, the council won the battles. Okay, so Uriel, sort of being, not a true septum, is not having an easy time ruling the empire, and it sounds like time that there's any disagreement between the emperor and the council wins. Since the days of Plagueis II, the Elder Council had consisted itself of the wealthiest men and women in the empire, and the power they wielded was conclusive. The council's last victory over Uriel IV was posthumous. Androch, Uriel IV's son, was disinherited by vote of council, and a cousin more closely related to the original septum line was proclaimed Sepphoris II in Third Era 268. And that's when all of the, or should I say, the first 4 Elder Scroll games take place is in the Third Era. Skyrim takes place in the 4th Era. Elder Scrolls Online takes place in the 2nd Era. For the first 9 years of Sepphoris II's reign, those loyal to Andorak battled the Imperial forces in an act that the sage Arentine called Tiber Septum's heart beating no more. The council granted Andorok the High Rock Kingdom of Shorenhelm to end the war, and Andorok's descendants still rule there. By and large, Sepphoris II had forces that demanded more of his attention than Andorok. From out of a Cimmerian nightmare, in the words of Arentine, a man who called himself the Cameron usurper led an army of Daedra, and undead warriors on a rampage through Valenwood, conquering kingdom after kingdom. Few could resist his onslaughts, and as month turned to bloody month in the year Third Era 249, even fewer tried. Sepphoris II sent more and more mercenaries to Hammerfell to stop the usurpers' northward march, but they were bribed or slaughtered and raised as undead. The story of the Cameron usurper deserves a book of its own. It is recommended the reader find Parallax something, The Fall of the Usurper, for more detail. Okay, so that does kind of sound like an interesting book to read. In short, however, the destruction of the forces of the usurper had little do with the efforts of the emperor. The result was a great regional victory and an increase in hostility toward the seemingly inefficacious empire. My gosh. Uriel V, Sepphoris' the second son and successor, swiveled opinion back toward the latent power of the empire, turning the attention of Tamriel away from internal strife. Uriel V embarked on a series of invasions beginning almost from the moment he took the throne in 268 of the Third Era. Uriel V conquered Rosarica in 271, Kathnike in 276, Yinzla in 279, and whatever in 284. In 288, he embarked on his most ambitious enterprise, the invasion of the continent kingdom of Akavir. This ultimately proved a failure, for 2 years later, Uriel V was killed in Akavir on the battlefield of Ionith. Nevertheless, Uriel V holds a reputation second only to Tiber as one of the 2 great warrior emperors of Tamriel. And Tiber is so well regarded that he is also, or that he ascended to become the god Talos, which increased the Pantheon of 8 to the Pantheon, or I can't remember what it's called, something of 8 to the something of 9, which goes back down to 8 in Skyrim, because Talos worship is banned. The last 4 emperors, beginning with Uriel V's infant son, are described in the 4th and final volume of this series. So I definitely want to find the fourth volume, because the fourth volume is going to tell us more, possibly, about Uriel the Seventh, who is the current emperor, and the emperor who gets deaded, gets murdered in Oblivion. Okay, so we've got our quest. Well, let me let's see. I think I can take from the supply chest. Let's see. Scroll of intervention. Okay. Standard restore, so we'll take 5 of them. Willpower, I don't really know that I... Okay. I don't think we're going to be doing a whole lot of the Mages Guild quests. I'm just not feeling the Mages Guild. And someone must be walking by the apartment. Okay. So, I guess just to kind of get it done, so we're going to follow south along the river, and we're going to look for a wooden bridge. And I think there's another quest that has me going south along the river. Is this the bridge? Okay, let me open my journal and make sure that I'm not tripping, because that is definitely a stone bridge. They may be found in the swamps of the Bitter Coast. I can get there by following the River of Odai south of Balmora until I see a wooden bridge. Okay, so this is not the droids you are looking for. This is not the bridge you are looking for. This is a stone bridge, through and through. This is the public transportation system. Again, you know, a little bit of a different implementation to fast travel than what you see in the later Elder Scrolls game. Although there are other open world games that kind of take the same approach. I think The Witcher 3 took the same approach, where you couldn't just open up your map and click on a place to fast travel to. You had to go to a special point. You know, they kind of gave an in-world justification for why you were fast traveling. You know, in Morrowind, you're taking the bus. Okay. This is what I'm talking about sort of the strange flora and fauna, these giant mushroom trees. And then you have some, you know, regular tree-like architecture. And just because of the, you know, polygonal count, man. Is there anything? Might as well. Might be able to use it for a potion, or if all else fails, sell it. Okay, so that is definitely a wooden bridge. But yeah, as I was saying, something else that I think kind of gives the world this very distinct look and feel is you kind of have like this bulbous, this bulbous design to the landscape, and it kind of reminds me of the brief time that I spent playing the MMO World of Warcraft, and you kind of get this design just because, you know, fewer polygons. You know, it's sort of you know, there's not a whole lot of complexities. There's a smoothness to it. You know, and it seems like the art designers really embrace that. Now, of course, one of the mods that I'm using is just a graphic extender And what it does, the original game had a very poor draw distance. Everything was kind of like grayed out, past, I want to say like this point where my cursor is. And that's one of the things visually that gave the game such a dated feel. And that's one of the things that the graphics extender does. All it does is, boom, now you can see the trees off into the distance. It gives it more of a modern day LOD, or level of detail type system. Okay, so I've come to the bridge, but I see... Chorny, it's okay. Chorny, thank you for letting me know. They're not coming to get us. It's okay, girl. Come here. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you for letting me know. And here's where you kind of feel the D&D roots and the Dungeons and Dragons roots. Because Bethesda, like the employees of Bethesda, openly admit to loving Dungeons and Dragons and wanting to design their roleplay mechanics around GURPS, the dice rolling system of Dungeons and Dragons, and it takes a lot of its story cues from Dungeons and Dragons. You can almost hear the narrator of the questmaster, or of the questmaster, or whatever the person who is in charge of telling the story in a session of Dungeons and Dragons, or like a text-based RPG. You come to a wooden bridge. To the right, you see the entrance to a cave, and two people standing around a campfire. What do you do? So you know that the wooden bridge is connected to your main quest line, but there's something interesting here. Maybe these people will lead you into this cave for a fun and interesting adventure. They don't seem hostile as you approach.
Anytime you're ready. Just don't keep me waiting.
And the reason why it feels more noticeable, I think, in Morrowind than in more modern RPGs, is because if you have a waypoint, you have something that's constantly in your eyeball that's reminding you that you have somewhere you need to go, and you know that that's going to be good content. It's content that, quest designers designed for you. There's going to be things that, have been written for you to experience. So, you're not paying attention to these little side caves, and I like the way that they're kind of nestled behind rocks. So if you're running up the river here, you see the bridge. You may, if you're not looking around, you may not see them. And if you've got that waypoint, chances are you're just making the most efficient beeline. You may not have even followed the river down to this bridge. If you were following a waypoint, there may have been a way over the mountains or something that you would have been completely cut off from this path and you would have missed. This opportunity for a quest. Or a potential opportunity for a quest. I don't know, I haven't talked to these people. Because they don't have any giant exclamation marks, like you would find in like World of Warcraft, or again, like a modern Ubisoft game. There's nothing that is directing you, telling you that there is, that these are quest givers. These people could have nothing interesting to say at all. But you just kind of know by the proximity to this cave, probably going to be something fun and interesting to do.
Anytime you're ready. Just don't keep me waiting.
Okay, impatient guy. I'm a miner in the egg mine. I'm just out here taking a break. Ah, this is that other quest that I had. Oh! Oh, shit! Danoke. Okay. Okay, so I bet Yep, I could talk to him about the egg poachers. Civillo, Oten, and Danilia Vals used to work here. Not good people. Could be hiding anywhere in the mine. Okay, so awesome. All right. So I found the other quest, the egg poacher quest that I'm doing for the Fighters Guild.
That's unusual.
So what do you want?
If I can help, I will, but don't take too much time.
I don't know why, but the guy just sounds like a total dweeb. Okay, background. I'm a miner in the Shilluk egg mine. I'm getting some fresh air. I'm just an egg miner. We haven't seen Civilian Orphan, but eggs keep disappearing, and they know the place. Easy for them to get in and out. Stay out of sight. So I'm assuming they're going to be in the mine, probably. Latest rumors. Ah, okay. So, and some of this was kind of ruined, or not ruined, but you know, like some of this I'm kind of primed to recognize because I did do some pre-research before playing this game. I'm not going in 100% blind. So I know the significance of this first sentence here. At first, it seemed the fuss about the Neverine prophecy was just silly superstition. Then I learned that the Dunmere has been waiting for Lord Navarre to come back for centuries. The incarnate, they call it. Every few years, an Ashlander appears, and the tribes call him the incarnate. Then the temple goes out, hunts him down, and reveals him as a fake. Why do these temple worry so much about it? Okay, so the Navarine, the prophesized return of the Navarine, is where the main story is going. So Morrowind very much does have a... Oops, sorry, dog walked in front of the headset. So Morrowind does have a very much traditional Campbellian hero's journey. You are the chosen one plot, just like Skyrim has. You know, you're not the Dragonborn, or you're not the last Dragonborn. You are the reincarnation of the Neverine, the prophesized Neverine. Another thing that convinced me to play Morrowind is not just its interesting take on politics, but also on religion, because this game really, or at least according to George Whedon, the Super Bunny Hop, really gets into, you know, what it means to be a chosen one, what these prophecies mean. Are these prophecies real? This is, you know, kind of introduces, you know, not necessarily full-out atheism, but questioning of these prophecies, what they mean, of how literal they are. Okay, let's see. Let's see what advice he has. A smith will overplay the slightest damage a weapon when you're offering to sell, but smiths aren't the sharpest tools in the shed either, and you can be smart. Don't let on that you're selling and get it repaired first. You'll have a much easier time bartering once your blade shines the right way. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's actually some good advice. Before you sell your shit, get it repaired. Let's hear what the secret is. Little secret. Qualman foragers and warriors won't attack us since they're used to our smell, but they attack intruders, and your smell is like an intruder, but don't worry. The queen squirts out foragers and warriors like seeds. If the foragers and warriors bother you, kill them or run past, whichever is easier. But do us a favor and don't kill the workers. They won't bother you, and we need them to keep the queen laying the eggs. Okay, that's right, they're egg farmers. The Quama foragers scouts the surface of the land and natural underground passages, searching for suitable locations for new colonies and hunting for prey. Foragers are aggressive, but not very dangerous. So I'm wondering if there's a way that I can smell like Findulin. Let's see, if they bother you, kill them or run past. Don't kill the workers. Okay. I've asked him about Morrowind lore, I think. Oh, no, I haven't asked this guy about Morrowind lore yet. Um, and nice. It seems like I'm starting to get deeper into the Morrowind lore. It's not just the couple of sentences like "Fun fact, did you know we have mushrooms for trees?" But you're actually getting into the nitty gritty of the politics. Slavery is protected by law in Morrowind. Slavery is illegal throughout the rest of the Empire. So something, and I don't know when we're going to learn it or how we're going to learn it, but just something that I kind of discovered that I don't think is going to be too much of a spoiler for the game. So allowing Morrowind to keep the institution of slavery was a deal that the Empire struck to get Morrowind incorporated into the Empire without having to go to war. So in Morrowind, slavery perfectly legal, even though it is banned throughout the rest of the Empire. But some Dunmer still defend their ancient right to own slaves. In Morrowind, slaves are bound by enchanted slave or bracers. The bracers drain the magicka from the slaves so they can't use magic to escape. Unless you have a key, you can't get the slave bracers off. The Emperor should put a stop to slavery, but the Dunmer claim the right to own slaves is guaranteed by the Armistice. And the Armistice is exactly what I was talking about. That's what unified Morrowind and the Empire. The Emperor should put a stop to slavery, but the Dunmer claim right to own slaves guaranteed by the Armistice. Yes. Okay. Slosheim, that's another quest that I'm on. So basically what happens with this dialogue tree is I can talk to them about, it looks like about all of the open quests that I have, maybe? Okay. So anyway, alright, so I think I'm going to go with the mine, and I'm going to go look for me some egg poachers. Let me open up my inventory and make sure that I've got the best weapon. I don't think I have the right weapon equipped. Definitely not for my class, especially. And man, I really want to sell off some of this junk. Do I have an encumbrance? What's my carry weight? There we go. Okay, so I've got enough health restoration that I should be able to take on whatever is in this cave. Okay, so let's see. I want to look at my quests. Poachers. Former egg miners and local troublemakers or poachers. Report back when they're dead. Okay, so I'm just gonna... So that's my quest. Go to the place, kill the people. This is one of the complaints, even from people that love Morrowind. They do say that the quests can sometimes, feel a little generic. A lot of the consensus from the community feel like Oblivion has some of the best quest lines. Particularly, I think it's the Dark Brotherhood is supposed to be like the best quest line, or everyone's quest line in the Elder Scrolls series. All right. So let's go ahead and make a save point in the cave. We're going to do a new save game in the cave. Alrighty. So looking for some egg poachers, and yep, I'm just gonna ready my sword. So these guys can be aggressive. So I'm feeling really happy with the Nord character that I've rolled. I'm happy with no magic. I feel like Skyrim, and especially Skyrim VR, is like the place for magic. Shooting fire out of your hand is such an awesome feeling. So with this, why not do something a little bit different? Okay, so that's one of the workers that he said aren't aggressive, and that's true. He's not bothering me. I could run past. Okay. Oh man, this cave is so labyrinthian. Ah! I don't want to damage the eggs. So I found out, and I didn't get into too many spoilers for myself, but I did find out that the reason why I was being attacked by the ninja assassin thing in the last game every time I rested is it's a part of the DLC, and a lot of people say that it's preferable to add in a mod that disables that until certain conditions are met. And the reason isn't because it makes the game too hard. This assassin keeps trying to kill you every time you rest, which usually you're resting because you want to regain some health. But it really makes you overpowered in the early stages of the game. You get some really great armor, which is DLC armor. And because you get attacked so often until you go down that quest line, you can keep looting that armor, and the armor is, I think they said sells for like 1,000 gold. So I might try and just choose to balance, or I might just be, Rick James. Rich, bitch! All right. Oh, is that him? Is that one of the pouches?
Yes, friend.
You're an egg mine now, so be careful. Camera forage is glorious, won't attack miners since they used to smell. Yeah, I already got that. Egg poachers. Used to work here, not good people, could be hiding anywhere in the mine. Oh my goodness. They're going to be hiding somewhere in the mine.
Don't stand about. Get moving.
Oh. Looks like... And what are these guys? Scrib. Okay. It's really interesting playing a level like this where you have creatures that aren't attacking you. Ah! Here they are!
I have you! I'm being attacked. Help!
Oh, man. Ooh. Even with health potions. Holy crap. I don't know Yikes! Ah! Run! Holy crap. Okay. 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 So I'm not ready for that quest. Definitely do want to, let's see how much health this restores. Oh, and it's over time and not that much. Oh my gosh, and that was a good one. Oh no, that's the bad one. Okay. Oh, that's fucking magic. God damn it. I took the wrong potion. Okay. So I thoroughly got my ass kicked there, but at least I kind of know where to come back to when I feel like I've leveled up a little bit more and I'm more ready to take on this quest. And I think I completely missed the door. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay, I remember going down that pathway now. All right. Can I rest? Yes, I can. Nice! And no ninja attack. And my sword thingy needs to be repaired. Alright. I think this is where I came in. Yeah, and I think this is going to take me back out to... Yep. Ooh! And it's night. How pretty. Okay. So off to go pick some mushrooms. And I think she said west from the bridge. River south, wooden bridge. After I pass the bridge, I should look for a way over the hills to the west. Yep. Okay. So I want to go west. And west is this way, over the hills to the west. And what am I going to find when I get there? What? Swamps. Bitter Coast. Hills to the west. So I'm looking for swamps. And these look like a good candidate for the westwardly hills. Another dungeon here. Oh, I'm sure the rat doesn't really have anything interesting. Huh. Oh, and here's another, a sewer. Okay, so I'm back going south. Ah, here we go. So, over the hills? Well, not as here as I thought. Ah, here we go. And I made it. Over the hills. Okay. Why not? Not what I'm looking for. Okay, let me open up my journal again. Over the hills to the west. Swamps of the Bitter Coast. So I'm assuming it's going to be a coastal area. I mean, makes sense. Bitter Coast. Let's see, is there a sign? Let's open up my map and see. Okay, so I guess this area that I'm about to go to could be the Bitter Coast. So let's see, these are all the places that I have discovered so far. So there is Seti and Nadine, Pelagial, Pelagiliad, the Monmouth Fort, Balmura, and this is everything that is Balmura. Okay, so let's see if I can find these swamps. Not gonna lie, this does not seem very swampy. Okay. Yeah, let's just kind of keep exploring. It looks like there is something kind of up here, and who knows, maybe we'll find something interesting. If anything else, maybe I can find someone else to ask about getting directions. Uh-oh. Shit, swim, swim, swim! Oh my gosh, and attacking is going to be useless because of the dice roll attacking. And this is something that I'm really kind of coming to grips with, and I'm coming to like understand and appreciate. So because of you know, the reference for early RPGs was so much reliant on tabletop Dungeons and Dragons and dice rolls, whether or not your weapon is going to be effective and actually hit the enemy is determined on a dice roll, but you can increase your chances of getting a more favorable roll by things like having a weapon that is in good repair, using weapons that are suited to your race and class and your ability, the character that you rolled, and your stamina, or I think they call it a fatigue bar. Anyway, the green bar there at the bottom, because I'd used up all my stamina swimming, it's kind of useless in a sword fight. Or I would have been useless in a sword fight. Oh man, how do I get up there? That looks kind of interesting. Oh. The road there. So, did not find at all what I was looking for. But I found something else that looks interesting. Okay. Ah, these guys. Many a meme have been made about the flying douche nozzles. So I just got a message saying that I should rest and meditate on what I have learned. I'm assuming that, like, I can level up. I'm guessing that's what that means. And I brought down the Cliff Racer. An epic battle if ever there was one. How do I get up there to the interesting thing? What's this way? Who knows? Olagmar. Okay. It doesn't seem like there's anything that I would want down there. I think I'm gonna head back to Balmora and kind of rethink my strategy here. I do think that I am going to take the game's advice and meditate on what I've learned so far. Actually, I'm going to keep my sword out. Okay, so I'm coming... Balmora, back this way. Let's see what I can find just on the regular road to Balmora from where I'm at. Oh, that guy doesn't even attack me. Okay, let's read the signs here. Okay, Balmora want to go up this way. This is, you know, another interesting thing that they did. And basically all they did is they took the standard, you know, some of the meshes that they had kind of crafted for the there's a giant volcano in this region. And, you know, so they just kind of painted it great, but, you know, it really does make this world feel varied just by the color palette that they're choosing to use. Oh, so I've got a structure here. Let's see. rest. Oh, resting here is illegal. Never mind. Just kidding. I do not want to wait for 4 hours. Let's see what this place... I think that's Balmora. Oh no, that's Monmouth Fort. Okay. I think I've got a quest here. Let me open up my journal and look at the keyword. So I didn't understand this topics thing until I came to a place. Oh. Well, nothing for Monmouth Fort. Let's see. Cool. I guess I can take on this one. I don't remember who gave me this quest, though. But yeah, I kind of think this is going to be the next... Okay, let's see if there's anything,
What, stranger?
interesting going on here. Let's see what this guy can tell me. Officer of the Imperial Legion. The Blades, they're everywhere, but no one knows who they are. Dark Brotherhood, scum. If they're after you, friend, you better find yourself some help. Or write a will, or both. Let's see what the latest rumors are. I hear there's a secret organization called the Twin Lamps. It helps runaway slaves escape. It's against the law to aid runaway slaves, but I think slavery is wrong. And I can understand why the abolitionists would be willing to break the law. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so... even though we are in the land of Morrowind, we are playing an outsider. But the Empire is not like Morrowind, but the Empire is anti-slavery. So I'm going to say that that's kind of a point in favor of the Empire. Let's see, a little advice. Denmark are very sensitive about necromancy, especially when it comes to distinguishing one kind from another. A hedge wizard conjurer tampering with corpses in a cave, that's bad. Priests raising the dead. Guard tomb, perfectly fine. Don't try to argue that they're the same deal. You'll only end up offending the natives. And in this province, that can prove fatal. In the Empire, mages have legally purchased corpses and souls for philosophical research, and may do with them as they wish in private. Guards keep peace and close, and chase down criminals. Oh yeah, okay. Let's see what it can tell me about Morrowind lore. Okay, so Ashlander nomadic camps are groups of small portable huts. Okay, so that's good to know. They're going to be nomad camps. Okay, so I think I've exhausted everything that I'd want to talk to him about. Let's see, what's this place? The Mushroom Legion Fort, or the Monmouth Legion Fort. Let's see what's in here. Let's see. I want to sell my wares. This guy... Let's see if he'll barter with me. Oh, he will. Okay, so let's look at apparel. And he'll take it. Oh, he can't afford that transaction. Oh, he only has 400 gold. Oh my gosh. He may not be able to afford anything. Yep, 600, 1,000. Oh my gosh. I can definitely see where people are saying, okay, so let's see, do I have anything that he can afford? Get rid of my common pants. And I can get rid of... Actually, I'm going to take back the common pants. And I'll just clean him out of gold. Oh, I got chipped. Oh my gosh, I didn't have a high enough reputation. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything interesting to talk to him about? Let's see if he has any good weapons. And how does this compare with my current weapon? Yeah, might as well. And I think this... is going to be like, I think that's going to be like the best armor that I'm going to come across for quite a long time. Let's see what potions he sells. Fatigue, health, disease. Yeah. Might as well. Okay. Let's see. Do they have beds for rent? Can this guy rent me a bed? What can this guy trade me in? Long blade, block, medium armor. Way overpriced. No, thank you.
Ever consider joining the Legion?
Through various channels, I learned a bit about your situation. I get to tell you a little story, and when I'm done, you can ask me some questions. And then, maybe you might decide to go out and do some things. You might not. That's your affair. And I also want to tell you about a nice present I think the Emperor wants you to have. I'm not sure where it is, but maybe you want to check and see if I found it later, after you've done some things. Okay. So, Larius Vero? Okay, so he's going to tell me a little story, and I might get a quest based on it. Once upon a time, there was a bad magistrate who took gold from criminal organizations to reduce sentences and fines of criminals. Everybody knew he was doing this, but nobody could prove it. Because even if it could be proved, the bad magistrate had important friends, and proof is not as powerful as important friends. At the same time, there was a good officer who enforced the laws because he thought laws made people happy and safe, and it bothered the good officer that enforcing the laws did no good because the bad magistrate let the criminals go as quick as the officer caught them. For a long time, the good officer sighed and said, "What can I do? Because the bad magistrate has important friends and nothing I can do will touch him." But then the good officer said, "Say, wait a minute, what about the bad people who are bribing the bad magistrate? They haven't got important friends, and if they aren't around, then the bad magistrate can't get any more bribes." And even better, the good officer suspected that the bad people who were bribing the bad magistrate were probably criminals themselves. So the good officer decided that it would be good if the bad people who were bribing the bad magistrate should go away forever. So I think I'm going to go kill some bad people. So that good officer made a little special prayer that there would be a little bloodbath to wash the bad people away. There, isn't that a nice little story? Maybe not a perfect story because it ends with a prayer and not a bloodbath, but maybe the story isn't over yet. So tell me about the bad people. Oh, the bad people are the Kamana Tong. I thought everybody knew that. They're a criminal organization. Unfortunately, I don't know who the Kamana Tong are. No one would tell me because I'm an officer, and it's against the code to tell officers things. But people in the Thieves Guild hate the Kamana Tong. I bet if you asked the Thieves Guild, they would cheerfully tell you who the bad people are and where to find them. But I warn you, these bad people are very tough. Tougher than you, I'm afraid. Okay, so the Thieves Guild, I think, is back in that first little bar. In the Empire, the Thieves Guild is an old and powerful. In the Empire, the Thieves Guild is old and powerful, but here in Morrowind, the Thieves Guild is young and weak. The old and powerful criminal guild of Morrowind is the Kamana Tong. The Kamana Tong doesn't like the Thieves Guild a lot, and the feeling is mutual. Okay. Bad people, Thieves Guild. Okay. So go ask the Thieves Guild about the Kamana Tong. See if I can get a quest from the Thieves Guild to do something about the Kamana Tong.
You're not here to start trouble, are you?
I don't know you. What do you want? Sure. All the garrisons are presently full strength, except perhaps the Deathshed Legion at Fort Darius in the West Gash near the village of Gnissis. If you're interested, you'll have to talk to General Darius there. Okay, so Gnissis is another guild that I can join. I might do that. I think I'm going to go talk to the Thieves Guild and then head to Gnissis, and I think that will be a good night of streaming. A good way to kind of wrap things up. Okay. Prison towers. Well, let's just see what's in here. Let's see who this guy is.
9 good days to you, Sarah.
Welcome, can I tell you about the Imperial Cult? We invite you to become a lay member. The missionary arm of the Great Faith, the Imperial Cult brings divine inspiration and consolation to the Empire's remote provinces. Lay member, we accept all citizens of good character and earnest faith. We ask only a one-time pledge of 50 buckaroonies to aid us in our good works. Thereafter, the only cost of membership comes to you when you use a healing altar. A modest nominal fee, which helps us in our mission to bring the words and blessings of the Nine to those less fortunate than ourselves. Do you wish to join the Imperial Cult? What's a healing altar? You may pray at an Imperial Cult healing altar to receive blessings which cure common and blight diseases, cure poisons, restore attributes. Non-members pay 25 buckaroonies. Newer members pay 10 buckaroonies. Okay, so that's, a nice little discount. While higher-ranking members receive blessings for free. Healing altars are found in Vivek Forge and... I'm not going to read those places because I would just butcher them. And most blessings like healing. Okay, so sure, I want to join the Imperial Cult. To serve and glorify the Nine Divine, you must cultivate a noble personality and a strong will. Respect the magical arts, especially the colleges of restoration, mysticism, and conjuration. Those who swear to avoid bloodshed, to take the field, and are to fight only with blunt weapons, are especially praiseworthy. Okay. So this one I can gain favor in this faction. By the weapon that I use, and I believe... Okay, I don't think that's a blunt weapon, actually, but blunt weapons match my race. Knowledge of enchantments and a gift of diplomatic speech are other qualities we look for in our initiates. Our doctrines are simple. We acknowledge the divinity of the Nine Divine, Akatosh, Diabella, Arche, Zenithar, Mara, Stendar, Kinnereth, Julianus, and of course Tiber Septon, aka Talos. We preach the 9 virtues: humility, inspiration, piety, work, compassion, justice, ambition, learning, and civility. Our Emperor is the defender of the faith, and the Empire is a worldly working of the divine plan. We pledge and comfort to all citizens in need and serve the Emperor and Empire at his will. So, sure. So let's take some time to learn about the gods of the Nine Divine. Akatosh is the ultimate god of the Cyrodiilic Empire, where he embodies the qualities of endurance, invincibility, and everlasting legitimacy. Diabella, the goddess of beauty, is the most popular god of the Nine Divines. In Cyrodiil, she has nearly a dozen different cults, some devoted to women, some to artists and aesthetics, and others to erotic instruction. Arche, god of the cycle of life and death, is the deity associated with burials and funeral rites, and is responsible for the progression of the seasons. His priests are staunch opponents of necromancy and all forms of the undead. Oops. Zenithar, trader god and patron of the work. Okay, getting kind of bored learning about the 9 divine gods. I can talk to this guy later. Let's see what spells this guy is slinging that I can actually do. Resist magic. Fortify health. Fortify strength. Fortify luck. Endurance. And agility. Okay. Nothing that I'm too eager to spend all of my hard-earned gold on. Okay. Oops. Let's go check out Frozen Towers. Why not? Oh.
Glory and honor, emperor and empire.
Well, let's see what this guy has to say. I don't know you. What do you want? Nothing worth hearing.
Serve the emperor and the emperor's law.
Okay, this was kind of a bit
Serve
of a pointless
the emperor and the
excursion.
emperor's law.
Although yep, I can jump down there without getting
What's
deadified.
this about?
Alrighty. So now I want to go back to Balmora and see if anyone in the Thieves Guild can guide me. Okay, Balmora is. Oop, that's Plegad. Okay, so Balmora is up this way. So I have reached Balmora.
Fresh game.
And I want to find the river that bisects the city. And go across it.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
And let's see, is this what I want, or is this someone's house? That's a house. Here is where I think the Thieves Guild hangs out. Is in the corn.
Head on.
Go ahead.
Ah, okay,
You
the
wish
Khajiit.
to speak?
Okay, here we go. So let's see if she will tell me anything about the bad people, or if I have to do a job for her first. Sure you don't. A good friend of a bossy wants a diamond. Someone else has diamonds. A friend wants a diamond from the bossy. of Whitehaven had diamonds the last time Abasi sniffed out her store. Bring Abasi a diamond. Her shop is in the northwest side of town. Go across the river, turn right, and keep going. If you reach the temple, turn left. Okay. Declaration of Whitehaven. Across town. So cross the river. Turn right. Left at the temple. Roger Dodger. And then maybe you'll tell me about the bad people. There we go.
Go ahead.
Hey, no, come on. Come on. Okay. Cross the river. Well, northwest, yeah. Obviously, that would cross the river and turn right.
I can tell.
Quickly, Outlander.
I don't know where the temple is. Oh, northwest. Well, I'm also curious to see what this is. Dadamir Temple. If you reach the temple, turn left. But now I'm curious about the Dadamir Temple. Something that I am really liking, because none of the quests have urgency, because I don't have a bunch of waypoints pulling me in any particular direction, I feel a lot more free to just kind of explore, and I feel like I'm doing a lot more of that than what I would do in other games. And some of it feels like a lot of mindless wandering, but I feel like I'm kind of getting acquainted with things, getting cozy in Balmora. Anybody home? What do you want, stranger? You're in Balmora, all right? You looking for someone in particular? Let's see what spells this person has.
Whatever you're looking for, I'm sure I don't know how to find it.
Okay. Alright, so from the river, So I took a left. Was it Necliara? Let me open up my journal and see who I'm looking for. Necliara. Okay, Sugarlips Abasi asked me to bring her a diamond. She believes that Necliara here in Balamar has diamonds. But any diamond will do. So let's see if she has diamonds.
listen, Outlander, but make it quick. What do you want?
I stay out of. Okay, so maybe I can get some more information about the bad people from the council club.
You have something to say to me?
Ah, and here is Naklarni of Whitehaven. And there are diamonds. So, your name is Dadamir Putin, and you're new here in Balmora. Well, my name is Naklarni of Whitehaven, and I don't mind answering questions. I have nothing else on my mind right now, and if I start to bore you about Morrowind lore, just let me know. So, right off the bat, I want to ask her about Morrowind lore. Worn-out weapons and armor work poorly. Repair them yourself if you have some skill, or take them to a smith for repair. Okay, so she's just going to give me the same bit of lore. Balmora is the council seat of the great house of Lulu, and the largest town in Vvardenfell, except for Vivec City, located on the Odai River and sitting astride the Alderun Vivec Road. Balmora is an important... Okay. Let's see if she tells. Bad people, what do you mean? The common tongue? I don't know about that. Understand? I don't want to know about them. None of my business. I stay out of the council club. Let's see what the latest rumors is. It was inevitable. The local criminal organization, the Common Tongue, wasn't going to stand by and let the Thieves Guild set up shop in their territory. It'll be bloody, and the Thieves Guild doesn't stand a chance. Ooh. So it sounds like there's going to be a fight between the Common Tongue, who I think are the bad people, and the Thieves Guild. Talk to everyone. Talk is cheap. Ask questions. You don't ask, you never learn. I'm an alchemist. Alchemy is a process of refining and preserving magical properties, hidden natural and supernatural ingredients. I sell potions. I also sell the various kinds of apparatus alchemists need to make potions, and I buy and sell ingredients. As everyone knows, the Thieves Guild is at war with the Common Tongue. The Thieves Guild is a new gang in town. The Common Tongue, the old gang, wants the Thieves Guild dead. It's a mess. You don't want to get involved. Oh, I think I'm about to get involved, all right. Okay. So let's see if I can just buy a diamond from this lady. Okay. Here we go. I can buy 1 diamond. Okay, so let's see in my journal if Sugar Lips Habasi asked me to bring her diamond. She believes that Whitehaven has diamonds, but any diamond will do. Okay, so let's see if that will be enough diamond.
My time is precious, so make it quick.
To satisfy this quest for the Thieves Guild. If not, I do have some other stuff I can sell, so if I can, you know, go and find an armor shop, then I should be able to make enough money to buy some more diamonds.
What's your story?
What is this about?
You wish to speak?
Okay, have you found a diamond for Habasi? Yes, here it is. Yes, a diamond. Habasi will take care of everything. Habasi cannot pay you until Habasi's friend pays Habasi, but Habasi has this potion to give you. My journal has been updated, diamond has been removed from my inventory, and an exclusive invisibility has been added to my inventory. Alrighty. Oops, okay, let me open up my journal. And if I look at my quests, if I show all Thieves Guild Diamonds to Bossy. Okay, so that quest is cleared out. So let's see. Okay, so this person talks in third person. Alright, so kitty person, of course, the fucking cat race talks in third person, has a weird way of talking. You want the key to Nerano Manor. Downstairs manors are rarely locked, but Bossy wants to go upstairs secretly. Who has a key? The Bossy thinks Nerano servant at the council club has a key. So I should pickpocket? Okay, so the council club kind of seems like somewhere that I'm going to want to go. But I think I'm going to go back to
Go ahead.
one of the areas
Get healed.
where I can grab a bed without paying for gold. And my goodness, it is 10 o'clock, so I think that's going to end this tonight's stream as soon as I find somewhere that I can lay my head and take a rest.
The prey approaches.
Hang on, I'm feeling a little turnaround here. Okay. Oh, right across from the...
Speak quickly.
Do you want something?
I like to discuss. I asked him for some Morrowind lore, and he's like, "Just go fucking read a book." Okay, so Nerano, this is a person that has a key, or a servant has a key. I already was spreading rumors about some.
Please, have a look around.
Ah, so that is a servant. Get a quick save gain here. And we'll go with a new save. And we'll call this Almost Good Night Save. How do I pickpocket? Oh. Well, he does not have a key.
Great.
Oh. Oh, come on. Go. Make it to the door.
Speak quickly.
Okay, so that didn't work out too well. I want to see if they remember that.
Too much, Outlander.
Yeah, I think I'm going to, That's why I made that save point there. Okay. So, pickpocketing didn't work. These guys aren't rolling on schedules.
There's someone watching me. I can tell. Your wounds are minor compared to what you will receive if you continue to bother me.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna go look for a place to rest.
Tell your friends about
Whatever
this
you're
place.
looking for, I'm sure I don't know how to find it.
You talk.
The prey approaches.
Okay. And seeing if resting in a bed is how I can level up. Because exciting if I have reached level 2. So I should be able to go to my boss's house and crash, I think. Hey, I'm gonna let you rest here, buddy.
Excuse me. I was just thinking.
Okay. Okay, yes, alright. So, I have ascended to level 2. You realize that all your life you have been coasting along as if you were in a dream. Suddenly, facing the trials of the last few days, you have come alive. So, I have gained some health. What affects my starting health, how much I can carry, and my maximum fatigue. And how much damage I do in melee. Nice! Nice, and my speed increased. Oh. Oh, I see it multiply. Okay. So these things that I...
You're beaten.
Oh, shit.
In.
God damn it. And I don't think I have any health potions. No! Yep, I think I'm going to take both of those bad boys. Oh.
You in.
Well, at least his health is draining slightly faster than my health.
Hey!
Okay. And, yeah, might as well dispose of the corpse. Okay. Now maybe I can sleep until I'm rested. Or rest until I'm healed. Alrighty. So this seems like it's going to be a good place to save. I've got plenty of options now. I've picked up a bunch of quests that I can do as I explore the world. And maybe I can get moving on the main quest too. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I will not, probably won't be back tomorrow night. If I do, it'll be a much later stream and a much shorter stream. And Thursday, I will either be back with this, or I might make it a Retro Thursday and do a little bit of Daggerfall. I have no intentions of doing a full playthrough of Daggerfall, because that just seems exhausting. But you know, maybe checking it out and you know, doing a little bit of like seeing if I can at least make it out of the first dungeon might be fun. So let's save our game. Let's call this Final Night to save. All right. And on that, guys, thank you so much. Please keep an eye out on my Twitter to find out when the next stream is going to be. Thank you guys so much for joining, and hope you guys are enjoying this very thorough playthrough of Morrowind, where we will be reading all the books. Good night, and good luck.